welcome back. Welcome back, everyone who is listening, joining. I'm a little bit in the dark. It's late, but I would like to connect with you tonight. I'm also checking my new phone. Please let me know how you feel about the connection, about the camera, and everything of this. Wait, and everything in this regard. Please let me know how well you can hear me and if my connection is decent and not choppy, because I'm actually trying this phone um, and trying a new internet package, so to speak. So let's see how it works. Please let me know wherever you're going to be joining. I won't probably stay for too long because it's already fairly late. But I would like to come out and just share a few things. And oh man, so the topic of this video is modern relationship often end before they start. Um, if you know, you know. If you know the kind of message I want to share, maybe you have something to add. Maybe you understand the topic, but some of you guys know that I do work with people, and I do consult people, mostly men, but women as well. And also, once in a while, I try to help to match people. You know, when I meet somebody and I just have this sort of intuition, I don't know, maybe, people who are, maybe you can relate if you're a highly sensitive person. Sometimes you can feel that this person would be really good with that person. So I do a little bit of matchmaking, just very privately, but I do that. And this past week, my head is just exploding because of the oh uh, the realizations and observations that I have been making in this regard. That sadly, sadly, so many people um, sabotage their possibility of meeting someone. So many people sabotage their opportunities. Either they believe that, maybe deep down they're not good enough, or, well, let's talk about several aspects, and I'm talking this from the experience. Sometimes, let's talk about number one scenario that is pretty common. Hi everybody, welcome John, thank you. Yeah, so I have a new phone, new internet package, new what else? I have not installed, but I have a extenders for better Wi-Fi. So it's like so many things, but isn't it a bit dark? I feel like it's a little bit dark, but it is night on the other hand. So well, we'll check it out. Roger is saying, Veronica, everything sounds good. The connection is good and good video. Okay, okay, we're gonna go. We'll see how it looks on the daylight, but I don't know. I have a little bit of time, maybe like 2 weeks to return it if I don't like it. But by the way, thank everybody. Thank you guys who have been supporting me and watching the videos again, and reaching out, joining my coffee side. I'm trying to get some things going again, at least not to have a better video quality on a live. Um, because I love to do spontaneous lives. That's something that I love to do. So anyway, let's talk about the first scenario. It's something when it's most frustrating to me, honestly, is that when you been praying to meet particular kind of person, you were praying that they maybe have appearance that is maybe you have a type, right? You are uh, looking to a possibility to create something meaningful with this person, and not only the appearance is pleasing for you and you feel attraction, but it seems like on a spiritual level, on a mental level, in terms of their personality, their character, they seem to be a wonderful match for you. But after a while, something happens, and um, you start finding faults. You start being you looking for the negative. You every person, people cannot be perfect 24/7. We all can snap sometimes, we all can be upset sometimes, so on and so forth. So you looking for the negative, you trying to find reasons why it's not going to work, not trying to find reasons how to make it work and what to appreciate, but you try to find the reasons how to not make it work, or why it's not going to work. That is so very, very sad, because uh, life sometimes give us amazing opportunities. Sometimes we meet people we would never meet. The chance of meeting which is um, extremely low. uh, I do believe in chances. I am a huge believer in chances and in taking the chances, especially when you have this heart response. Your heart responds to those chances. You're giving them, and you feel this natural call. Sometimes it comes to every area of our lives, and yeah, the self-sabotaging, this first scenario when you got to know somebody, and you know that you won a lottery, because this person is literally like nobody before, in terms of their intelligence, their character, their beliefs. I don't know what else, like everything about them is pretty incredible. Obviously everybody comes with a small, people have their specifics. I don't always say flaws, but I would say specifics, because one person flaws, it's another, what one person consider a flaw, another person may consider as the best thing ever happened to them, their best feature. So you just never know. And this is so sad to me to see that people would. Uh, I believe that it happens when deep down you don't truly believe that you deserve somebody like that. You believe somehow, for some reason, that it's not in your life this going to happen. This is too late, or this is too early, or they're from another country. Like, you tell yourself a story, or often you don't really consciously realize, but somehow within you feel that you do not deserve to be loved by a person that you truly admire, by the person that gives you love and respect and care, but you looking for things to almost to hurt them, to tell them to go, to you trying to escape it. And once again, it's often very subconscious thing, or you make some small imperfections about them in a really into really big ones. But nevertheless, you just end up ruining a beautiful relationship, and then that's it. And then it's over. And I think that we are all very complex beings, and sometimes when you win a lottery, you should treat it as such. Honestly, especially if you're one of the people that have very complex needs, not complex needs, but you're not the regular ordinary person in terms of your likings. Maybe you have specific interest in art, or you have specific outlook on a political situation, or you have some artistic things that only few can understand. And you are lucky to meet a person that think like you, appreciate aesthetics like you, maybe love traveling or exploring the world like you. Like you have so many of pretty unique pairings in common, and yet, you find a reason, you find something, focus on it, and make sure to destroy the most beautiful thing you've ever had. Because obviously, life is not just a perfect still picture. Obviously, even when you meet somebody who is truly incredible, you are you're still going to deal with some daily things and with some disagreements and things like this. But people make it so huge. Maybe some people believe that there is so plenty of fish, in some in the modern world. Once again, I talk a lot about dating apps. People just feel that, oh, this, yeah, this is nice, but there's probably something better, or looking at people as replaceable because there are so many options. There is all these great options, and well, let's just say that most of these great options are illusions. They don't exist. People who are obsessed with dating sites, they know that years can pass by and you just don't make a real connection with nobody, because it's kind of like a game. People just don't take it seriously and never go into depths into getting to know anybody, because it seemed to be, it's disposable, replaceable. Oh, oh, they don't take their shoes when they're coming in. Okay, scratching off. Or they don't want to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so people don't really give it a chance. Don't really give it a chance to get to know somebody, but just assume real quickly that, oh, if there is, some things do not align. It could be the smallest things, scratch, throw away. um it's so weird how the delusional idea of like hundreds and maybe thousands available matches is truly screwing up the people's ability to connect. And yeah, I've been dealing with some cases this week that just make me rethink, make me rethink everything. Hello, Dan. Hey, Jason, welcome. Um, do you provide matchmaking services? You should reach out to me, Dan. You will know. I do provide, but in a very small, kind of small circle where people know each other and kind of have it's a for a small circle, yes. I don't know if I have any of my moderators who can drop my email. Let's see if I can drop my email, because I now have a second phone. Yeah, I really do feel that. Okay, let me take the sound off. I really do feel that so many things in this modern world, i- this dates and relationships and people don't even make it to sometimes to a meeting. I literally have a case right now where people uh would not would be so would be so obsessed with their own uh, beliefs and egos that they would not even make it to a meeting. But this meeting can change your life forever. Like for example, somebody, let's say a lady is complaining that it is hard for her to it's hard for her to take care of herself. For example, it's hard for her to you know take care of herself financially, and in terms of security she feels not so safe, and she feels like she tells me that she would love to have somebody supporting and helping, and so on and so forth. And then when that person appears, if the person appeared too fast, it's like, oh, no, 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 but this is too fast. It must be hard. I have to go through the obstacles in order to finally meet somebody. It shouldn't be complicated. He should be also good guys are married or something like that. And you know he's probably like my ex. uh yeah, he's not gonna help me. Like, you basically have all this mess in your head and completely sabotage a situation where all you needed to do is show up. You literally were saying yesterday that you are scared, tired of being alone. Beautiful, attractive woman, but you're. It's sometimes harder for attractive and beautiful women to discern, and maybe you may or may not understand that, but it's very true. Sometimes when you are more selective and you have more people coming out at you, it's sometimes harder to discern uh, what's what, because you are almost like you want to hide, but on the other hand you start judging everybody. You forget that um, just because you had those negative experiences, that was with other people, and every other experience is not supposed to be like that. We are given those difficult situations to learn from them, experience, and grow, right? Learn, experience, and grow. And sometimes that fear, you just get stuck, and now you think you're afraid. You know how they saying it? Once bitten, twice shy. I hope I'm not butchering that. Yeah, so you just so once again, it's this is just the real life situations. One day you asking, you are open to it. You know that your life is going to be so much better when you get that support. And I only think that a woman's life only becomes better with a man who is able to give you protection, security, and stability. If you are emotionally unstable, immature, you barely have your ends meet, and you don't know what you want in life, like you can only worsen. A woman is much better without this kind of relationship, because she has opportunity to she she doesn't have to go down, because unfortunately sometimes when a woman experience that, with a partner, with a husband, with a man, whatever it is, that was kind of negative, that took more from her, that gave her, she kind of assumes that if somebody comes too fast or sounds too good, it's either a lie, or maybe it's not. Now is not the time. That sounds like an interesting match, but you know what, now it's not the time. No, 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 it needs to happen at some point when the time will be here. I'm telling you guys real stuff, and the crazy thing that it goes from both sides. Yeah, sometimes people truly do not believe that they deserve to have someone that they truly desire. They just try to find fault with it, trying to hyper analyze it, and just really not even let just the natural process of getting to know each other, and try to find what doesn't match, what doesn't work, hyper focus on what not going to work. When my question is, how much effort and thought you had put in making this work? That is the question, like literally, how much thought, effort, strategy, desire, vision you put into this to make it work. Every single relationship is going through a crisis. When it's a worthy relationship, it becomes even better after you survive the crisis. But so I have several couples this week, and one So one is not even going to make it. So um, both could be equally beneficial for each other, have physical attraction, but not going to make it because cannot agree on the ways they're going to meet. Okay, cannot agree on something so simple that is laughable. Um, I don't want to say too many details, but it's kind of like, are we meeting at the bar or at a restaurant? Is it gonna be Chinese or Japanese? Oh no, that's a deal breaker. Just like most ridiculous stuff. Most ridiculous ever. Another another one where was going to I shared that before. I put that like live private, but yeah, and another couple were going to spend vacation together, and yeah, it's like when before you meet somebody, you really have a battle in your head with imaginary person. And I think it's also important to understand when two people meet for the first time, it's like two lies uh giving each other a hug. Two lies, two imaginations are meeting. And it's not that people are it's not that people are bad or they are dishonest, but this is just part of our reality for in the most cases, because we always want to be better than we are. We always want to hide some things. It's just naturally, we don't even realize it. And also every person reads us in a different way. So when people meet, it's men and women both impress each other in a different ways. And so we have this we, very often there is infatuation that people take as love. It's literally something very different that feels so intense and bright, and you see this, these feelings, you can't even explain them. It's a beautiful stage of infatuation, and when finally after a while that stage goes like just slows down a little bit, you start to see the real person, and that's again when most people start to sabotage. You have imperfections, you have specific things about you, you have weaknesses, you have traumas, you're not always perfect, you sometimes in a sad mood, like people. So you fall in love with this perfect image, that exciting image, and it's natural to be excited and happy. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. But you fall in love with that image, and then anything that comes after that, you feel like, oh, I was lied to, but you just didn't know the full picture. And that is okay for a full picture not be perfect. It's like in reality, when you actually taking pictures, you may take one photo out of 15 photos because that photo shows your best features at the best angle and you love how you look. But that is not objectively how you really look, because if you do that angle and the other angle and maybe there is no lighting, that would be a different picture right on the spot. It's the same you, but a different angle, different projection. And so people get so addicted to the perfect image, or the image that they create in their head. The couple I'm talking about, it's it's almost like something like people before they even met each other, they have a relationship in their head with the imaginary person. And that imaginary person often really have nothing to do with the real person they're about to meet. But their battle is inside their head with their past experiences and not really with this person. If you learn anything from my videos, never bring up your ex in conversations. Don't ever tell somebody that, oh, you're just like my ex. Or, just it's just so disheartening when somebody does that. Anyway, so there's gonna be one vacation less, I guess. I think it's more important to give a woman the sense of adequacy, um, feeling of support, feeling of relax, I got you, over oversharing about your trauma, about your past experiences, about things you've been through. I think it's so much more important, guys, on the first stages when you are with a woman. I think it's so important to just give her that thing, that adequacy. We don't know what the heck gonna happen, but I am there with you. I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited to get to know you. And one thing that I can promise you from my side, that I will never do something that is uncomfortable for you. I will never put you in a any kind of pressure. I want to have a great time. And if in a very worst case scenario we're having a great time, it was already worse to meet each other, right? And hopefully it will be much more than this. Hopefully that we will want to continue and get to know each other better, and so on and so forth. Women are extremely afraid of pressure, especially when you're meeting somebody. Some of people who watching my channel have international relationships. You have to understand that for a woman to fly somewhere to be in a very close proximity with a man she never met before it's a lot of pressure. So um in the situations that I'm talking about, the lady just got overwhelmed and scared. She felt, because the guy was going back and forth with scenarios. It's like the overthinking slash sabotaging. What if she likes me? What if she doesn't? What if this? What if she's like my ex? What if she's like my future? What if this? What if we don't like each other? What if we love each other? It's like, when you guys have to understand that your stability, your strength, number one, is your confidence is uh, crucial, absolutely crucial in this case, because you are, no matter what people say about us being equal, being the same, we're not equal and we're not the same. We are equal in our rights, but we have different vision, we have different hormones that's running us, we have different desires, we have different needs. So when men, the relationship is much more likely to work if the man has a strong leadership position and he doesn't let his emotions going back and forth and ruining everything. Because there is no point of arguing or proving something to a woman, absolutely no point. All you need to do is calm her down. If you can calm her down, if you can soothe her anxiety, if you can lead, if you can show that you can lead for her, that's all you need to do. Then things would be a lot long lasting, because she will develop trust, and she will develop that bond where she in some ways trusts you more than she trusts herself, because you consistently give her that feeling that you got her, you already plan everything out, you are not this, a guy without direction, a guy that goes back and forth, a guy that changing his decisions. I want to say this last thing. This trip for the couple that I matched didn't work out, also because the guy was going back and forth. He was like, "We are going here. We are not going here. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a bad idea. I'm glad I meet you. You're so special. I don't think you're right for me. Or I meet you soon. How this is possible? Oh, I'm so glad I met." So it's just like, when it comes to men, one thing that can make you 10 times more attractive and desirable and needed, don't can change your decisions every 5 minutes. That's a woman's job, okay? That's a woman's job. Wait! That's my something fell down. That is a woman's job to be, to be a bit more emotional, a bit more unstable. Um, okay, guys, I am seeing some comments. How is my connection today, guys? Is it good? Is it bad? Thanks for the compliments. I appreciate it. It was kind of like living in a big city before the apps. Many singles always thought they could just meet someone new and better at a bar or a party the next weekend. Yeah, they uh, many singles always thought that they could just meet someone new and better at a bar or a party at the next weekend. Exactly true. Exactly true. Yeah, I think the social media right now and dating apps is almost like a replacement for a big city life, and I absolutely agree with you. Yep, it's very very true. You don't go, you do not try to value to see value and take a decision that you want to make this work. You think that um, you're gonna be getting endless options and all of them gonna be one better than another, so why bother, right? Why to worry? um Thank you, John. Yes, guys, you can reach out to me to consult veronica@gmail.com. This is my email if you have some requests. Yes, I do. uh, as I said, in a very small circle between certain people that I know, we do a little bit of matchmaking, and there are many good stories that I should probably share, but I didn't really want to talk about it too much because it's very, it's very, um, is a very small circle, so I may not have options for everybody, but obviously, there are good stories and good things, but I think most people do have unrealistic expectations. They want people to bend to, they want people to compromise for them. They want the other person to compromise, but not themselves. They want the other person to bend. And before you truly meet somebody, you can't really, you don't have that equity built to, you don't have the trust yet to literally not being able to agree where you meet. That's just insane. I've heard this concept a long time ago that love is a decision. Love is a decision, meaning, there is no end of better and best. There is literally no end. If you're beautiful as a woman, or if you're a man that is, good looking, have like his posture, you have your posture, and you're doing financially okay, or just confident. You may not even do financially well, but you're just confident. You can meet women, and there is no end of better and best. And same as for ladies, when you are a beautiful woman, you know how to position yourself. There is also no end of better and best. But I first, when I've heard love is a decision, I was thinking, how stupid is this? But now I understand what that meant. Love is a decision. It means that at some point you make a choice and you do everything to make it work. You may have natural attraction, natural connection, and appreciation of the person, but you put conscious effort to work on your own past traumas, subconscious beliefs, sabotage. You realize that you are the ones that are going to ruin this relationship, most likely because of your past experiences. You need to literally think, I mean, what how exactly you are going to ruin this relationship. And if you can do that, if you can actually think and realize that, yes, in fact, you are probably will ruin these relationships, like this particular one, how you ruined others or how you sabotage others, then you actually have a chance to not ruin it because you already know your weak spots and you're the only one that can do something about it. And the reason why people don't make it to uh, to have anniversaries and to look forward, because people refuse to grow. They think that, oh, this is just wrong with this person. She's just, yeah, she's not what I thought. She's not, yeah, her habits, or like, whatever that could be, doesn't matter. I need to come up on the spot with random examples, but people always assume that this is just not the right person. But the problem is that you are not the right person. That is the real problem. Instead of endlessly going through the dating sites and having 15, 20 men or 15, 20 women texting you, most people avoid accountability and responsibility to become that right person, to themselves be the right partner for somebody. They too focus outwards, or this person is dumb, this person is uneducated, this one is, I don't know, unattractive, this one is delusional, this one, but first of all, why are these kind of people in your surrounding? That's a better question to ask. Why is that these are people that supposedly come in your close circle? You are the common denominator always. And instead of being obsessed and just relentlessly, obsessively meeting more and more people, sometimes you have to stop and see what is that, lacking within yourself, that maybe it's actually not so hard to fix. Instead of spending all this time to criticize everybody else, when you work on those things within you, you start to have different quality of people in your surrounding. That is just my observation. Most people, again, think that it's everybody else who is having a problem. But usually when you are the person of substance, whether you're a man or a woman, when you have your ducks in a row, you just naturally draw people toward you. And it's not even, you don't even have to be on dating sites. No matter where you go, people just drawn to you because you don't um, exude a conflict, a contradiction, a misunderstanding of your own self, the inner drama. You don't, you don't really, we stop, we forget to focus on those things that been bothering us our entire life, and we think that everybody else is a problem. I think that this is one of the reasons why modern relationships do not last. We think other people are a problem and they are replaceable, and there is so much more than this. Instead of addressing those things that we're struggling with and improving our own well-being, it's generally the most painful thing about this, that they say that your relationships are a reflection of you. So this is a really hard pill to swallow, because what you it basically says that what you get is what you deserve. It's not always 100% the case, but if you think about it, we draw people in, we connect with people that are somewhat resembling us, right? We usually don't get interested or attached to somebody who has nothing in common with us. So, you know, we have this saying in Ukraine, it's really hysterical, but it's actually, no, it was like in USSR. It was something that I've heard. It's really inappropriate, but not inappropriate, but if the if the third husband you know slaps slap you in the face, he's not the problem. Basically, of course, I don't promote any kind of physical abuse, God forbid, but this is just a saying, like, if the third husband, slaps you in the face, basically, if the third husband is mistreating you, he is not the problem. Which means, in these situations that repeat, that repeats themselves, we are the common denominators, and this is just the reality of it. And if people would put themselves together first, try to do some groundwork and then continue working when they are meeting somebody, I think things would be better built and a lot long a lot more long lasting. That's what I believe. uh Elizabeth, hello, my darling. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the coffee that you sent me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I wrote you thank you on the website. Just one second. I think somebody sent me something. Just one second, guys. Some things really get lost in translation, John. It's so funny in our language. You don't even know. When I heard this for the first time, I was on the floor. You know. I know if you say this like in America, they'll be like, "Oh my God," but it doesn't mean that somebody beats you. It's just sometimes when somebody like just when you basically when you draw abusive people, wrong people for yourself in your life consistently, those people are not the problem. You are the problem, that you manage what is in you that brings this mess, right? I don't know, John, if you are okay to share with some things that some of the self sabotage you had experienced. I don't want to, not you, but maybe someone else that that would try to do everything to stop the most beautiful relationship, and you've never given up. I would consider that self sabotage, like a sabotage too. That when you truly met somebody, connected, had so much appreciation for them, see so much value in them, and then they just tell you, well, this is great, but goodbye. I don't know if you want to share a little bit of that, but I think most of us have those experiences when you know that the other person still does love you, or that they do love you, but they just got lost in their own ego, in their own fear, and they reject you. It's really so painful. It's one thing that it's one thing when you love, is not reciprocated, when the other person just doesn't feel much for you, right? It's one thing when it's just something you can't control. But when you have the mutual connection, mutual desire, being together, when you have all those things going on, and yet when your love is still is so alive. Yes, you may be going through something, but the other person is trying to end it, trying to cut it, trying to throw it away. Like, this is like probably the worst feeling in the world. Because when it's not reciprocated, you just move on. What can you do if somebody does not feel the same? But to my opinion, the most painful thing is that when you have that connection, you have that the other person still loves you, but they just get into their own head, self sabotage, fear, bad experiences, and they're just afraid, they run away from it. And sometimes people come back after that, but they already hurt you so much with that it's not always possible to be together. Uh, okay, let's see who I have here. I'm glad I made you laugh. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know yet how to use this phone, so let's see. Okay. Uh, so true. I saw it funny in your English too. You talk like my Natalie. Well, thank you. I'm glad. It means that you know you can understand. Um, what is your major? What is, what is your minor? I just love, I just love in general, when you do live stream, sometimes people come and they're like, what are your credentials? Like, what are your, like, you basically need to prove yourself to somebody who don't even exist. I mean, maybe they exist somewhere, but you definitely don't know anything about them. But you need to prove who you are right here, right now, on the spot. I just find it amusing. But thank you for the compliments. Hey, Broadcast Dave. Hey, Jeff again. Hey, Jason. How are you? Let's see. Yes, I don't know if any of my moderators could drop my info, my websites. I don't know if Elizabeth probably already gone. Good morning, Elizabeth. It's a good night here. I have a lot darker topics if I'm honest with you guys, but I decided not to talk about some triggering and dark things that going on right now before bed. So I guess I find it as a light topic. Yeah, so yeah, let's wrap this up. I think that there are many factors, but most of them we don't realize. I really think that we are ran by subconscious beliefs. Once you realize truly what your problem is, even if it's a complex problem, you still have some kind of control over it. You know, you still have some kind of control over things that you realize that are conscious, but um, I think especially this, modern way of doing things, it's just never try to mend or fix or grow or treat your relationship like a gold mine where the deeper you go, the more you overcome, the better it becomes. I think it's more like Forever 21, fashion store or Fashion Nova. I don't know if you guys know, but this like Shein, these cheap brands, you buy a piece of clothing, like God knows what it's made from. Nobody knows how it's made from. Nobody knows. It's in trend. You wore it for a couple of days. It's just you washed it one time. It falls apart. You're like whatever. Throwing it. You throwing it away. So many things get thrown away. Like just absolute trash. And I think it affects so many areas of our life. It's probably one of the main reasons also that modern relationship end before they start, before they ever develop, is because people learn so much this replaceable or fixing more expensive than getting new. It's actually a big thing in America that fixing is fixing takes sometimes more effort than new, and so people just throw away, you know clothes, relationships, I don't know, furniture, technology. Oh, we have some serious, uh I wouldn't say haters, but people with some hurt ego over here. Why girls nowadays are too arrogant and think themselves that they are most precious thing ever, but they're just 4 out of 10. Why is this attitude and behavior changing? Well, why are you worrying? If there is a girl that's to your belief is 4 out of 10, why are you crying? Find a 10 out of 10 and see if you can impress her. It's such a general question, There are different girls. You're probably looking at the wrong place. Or maybe there is something wrong in your mind because you come in to a live stream of a person that has no idea what you're talking about, but yet you need to cry like a little girl about girls, you know. Women supposed to be adored and admired and cared for. That's how the world was always working. A woman should always consider herself precious because when she does not get into relationships that will ruin her life. When a woman have a appreciation and love for herself, she will never tolerate a bad behavior. She will never tolerate abuse. That is the problem that most young girls and women have no idea how valuable they really are and how precious they really are and what standards they need to have in order for men to approach them. So, well, yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Yeah, this is a problem when you do public lives. You never know what's going to happen. But, man. And it's a little bit later today than I was thinking. Elizabeth, are you still there? Thanks so much for. So this is my coffee site. If you guys enjoy my videos, you can say thank you on my coffee site, so I can get some tea, if that makes sense. But also, also, um, could you please, guys, post my email again, my Instagram. I guess email is okay. Let's see if I can get to this live from my phone. I'm just curious. I guess no. Uh-huh, okay. It says that life is over. Hopefully not my life is over. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me knock out the sound, guys. I'm still testing, I want to try different things, but I'm still uh-huh. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and thank you, Elizabeth. You're so sweet. I'm sure you're busy in the morning, but thank you for doing that. And somebody is asking me, David is asking, could you please post my Cash App as well? And yes, thank you guys so much for coming on the lives and commenting and sharing your thoughts. I'm gonna try. My goal is to go live maybe, two, three, 4 times a week. Do sometimes pre-recorded videos. Do lives with a better with better connection. I have It's too far from me. I got the Wi-Fi strands device. I have not installed it yet, but I also you're still streaming. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So I got some new stuff. So guys, what do you think about this quality? Is this a better quality today? Please tell me. Sound, I have um small mics that I got, but I can't figure them out. I may have to return and get something else because I really want to have like a nice quality clip-on mic, maybe stationary mic too, but clip-on mic would be great. That is good quality. If I can't figure those out, I'm gonna return and exchange. But I just want you to know, how do you find this? Should I keep this? So I got an extra phone, an extra internet package for the phone, because I felt it's necessary. I really love to stream on the spot, and yeah, I just felt it was necessary. Okay, let's see. All right, okay. I guess it's all right. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. I see myself on the other device. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not bad quality actually, I guess. But I'm a little bit tired. Oh my gosh, it's 11:15. Okay, guys, we're not gonna be staying for too long. All right. I hope that you will listen to this and before making, we all have patterns of behavior. We all have things that we struggle with. Sometimes we struggle to put in some systems. Sometimes we need to redo the way we do things. But I think the most powerful thing in life is understanding your own um, where you fall short. I'm learning more and more about it. When you know where you fall short, when you realize, like for example, I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, I have a very short temper. And sometimes, I can be the most loving, the most caring person, but the most loving and the most character, but I don't know. I think it's nature and just, it's natural temperament, as we say. I don't know in English how you say it, but it's your natural psychological, I don't know, type, emotional type. It's something that I have to consciously work on myself all the time because, yes, there are moments when I get in my mind and I find a peace that almost nothing can throw me off balance, especially if I get to spend some time by myself without any stress. I'm becoming a person that almost impossible to throw off balance, and I will be like zen and never lose my cool. But in general, it's just some of us have more fiery personality, and you have this. I don't know how to say it in English. There is an actual name for this, but um, yeah. So I completely agree that one of my shortcomings is my short fuse. I think it's getting a little bit better, but not all the time and not 100%. And I just can't stand when somebody's trying to gaslight me or bullshit me or undercut me or think that I'm stupid. And it's one of those things that as you mature, you're supposed to at least get better with, not worse. And yeah, it really is important. So I think like the best match for somebody who is maybe more emotional and more like short fused is somebody who is complete opposite of that. Sometimes we are so focused on other people that we forget to take in consideration our specifics. you know or thank you. I think okay, one of my members from the past is watching. David, thank you so much for a virtual coffee super chat. I appreciate you. Let me read your message. Just 1 second. Thank you, Veronica. I always enjoy your talks. Thank you for taking time. Thank you, David. I'm sorry. Yes, your membership, you're asking about your YouTube membership is frozen because hopefully I am temporary on a bad side, on a bad side of YouTube. So hopefully I'll get on a good side and then it will be restored. All right, guys, much love from me, from cold and dark as night, even when it's not night, Michigan. Thank you for joining. I have some topics for the upcoming days, and some of them are connecting with events. We're going to talk tomorrow about. I'm just gonna give you an idea. The topic I was thinking for tomorrow is women joining the military, the mandatory military training for women, and how weak men that cannot take decisions make women and children pay for them. That's a topic, but it's too painful for the nighttime. I have been in touch with some of my friends and family from Ukraine, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna say much more. But it's absolutely insane how far things had gotten, and how the thirst for the money thirst forces people to take horrible decisions, and try to force anyway, we're not gonna go into this. I told you guys, it's better not. On the bright side, we only have months left of this nonsense. I'm literally counting days, months and 15 days, right? Month and a half. I hope that this topic will become irrelevant. I wanted to talk about the new law, the new Ukrainian law, and just in general the idea whether of women and children should ever be joining mandatory military trainings. I just think it's absolutely mortifying, and I hope that it will not happen. But anyway, my dear friends, thank you so much for joining the live. I'm glad we tried. Let's see if this light doesn't make any difference. Doesn't. So I think that we will be able to uh, stream on the road now, because guys, I'm always often on the road. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the test. If I move this stream to my Patreon, you can just look up Veronica Olson on Patreon, and some of the streams I'm gonna be saving there. But thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. I will see you very soon. And have a wonderful night. Jason, don't forget to do your homework. Oh, thank you, Rick Surgeon. May the good Lord give you sound sleep and peaceful mind, soul, and spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it.